Continuing. We're going to use synthetic division here, so I have x plus 9, and it's going into x squared plus 14x plus 45. So x needs to look like x squared, so we multiply by x plus 9x, change our signs, so that would be 0. 14 subtract 9 would be 5x plus 45. Then x needs to look like 5x, so positive 5. Then we get 5x plus 45. Change our signs, that would be 0, so our answer is x plus 5. Simplify. So here the first thing we would do is get our common denominator, which is y plus 8. And so we can go ahead and just add across the top or subtract, because that's a subtract sign. This though simplifies, so we're going to go ahead and change this to y subtract 8 over y plus 8. Anything divided by itself is 1, therefore we're going to go ahead and cancel these out to get our answer is y subtract 8 equals something. Find the domain. So since there is no x value on the bottom, our domain is all real numbers. And I'll make a note. No x on bottom of fraction. Technical terms on this would be there's no variable in the denominator, but you know. Oh, synthetic division. So let's set it up. Big thing on this one, this has a cube, so that's going to be the first one we go to write this. So I have 3x plus 8 going into 6x cubed plus 16x squared, subtract 9x, subtract 24, because we put our exponents in order of greatest to least. So I need 3x to look like 6x cubed, so I'm going to multiply by 2x squared. So I get 6x cubed plus 16x squared. Handy dandy. Change our signs. Those will cancel out. Negative 9x, subtract 24, that comes down. 3 needs to look like negative 9, so I'm going to multiply it by negative 3. 3 times negative 3 would be negative 9x. 8 times negative 3 would be negative 24. Change our signs. Those are going to zero out, so our answer is 2x squared, subtract 3. Simplify. We don't have to find our common denominator because there's not anything being added that's not on these. So we're going to keep, change, flip. So keep, change, and then we're going to flip this one. And then we're going to reduce what we can. So 3 and 12, 3 goes into 12 4 times. I think that's all it's going to reduce. So we're going to have 4 times x plus 3 over 3x subtract 1. Gave myself a lot of room to do that one, I guess. Wasn't as hard as I thought when I was writing them down. Last bit. Let's do this part first. Okay. So here we have to find our common denominator first. So this one we assume is over 1, so we're going to say 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to multiply everything by 6. So 6 times 1/2, so half of 6 is going to be 3y. 1/3 of 6 is 2y. And then don't forget this part, 12 times 6 is 72. So 3 subtract 2 would be 1y equals 72. Find the domain. So we have 4x plus 9 equals 0. And then we solve for that. So subtract our 9. 4x equals negative 9 divided by 4. So x equals negative 9 fourths. Find the sum. So to find that sum, we have to have a common denominator. 3 times 5, 15s. So I'm going to have to multiply them by their common term. I put x. I really hate using s's though, because my s's and my 5's look a lot alike. Okay, so we're going to multiply everything by 15s. I'm trying real hard not to make them. All right, so how do I want to do this? We'll do it this one. 15 times 4 equals I don't have to do it that way. I'm not going to do it that way because that's not going to be right. So what I'm going to do is 3 times what gives us 15? And it'd be 5. So I'm going to multiply this one by 5. And then 5 times what gives us 15? And this would be 3. So I'm going to do it that way. So 5 times 4 is going to be 20. 3 times 9 is going to be 27. And that's going to give us our 15s on the bottom because we multiply by whatever is going to make it be that. And then 20 plus 27 is 47 over 15s. Crappy s's. All right, simplify here. So since we don't have anything we have to find common denominator for, we're going to keep change flip. So I have 15 over 5x change. Flip 5x over 5. Canceling marker. And then this would be 1. And this is going to be 3 because 5 goes into 15 3 times. So our answer would be 3. Now the final stretch. So we have to find our common denominator first. (20) and 7 both multiplied to get the first thing I think of is 140. Because 7 times 10 is 70 and 20 doesn't go there. And then y squared. So what do you have to multiply this by to get this value? So I already have my y squared, 20 times 7. So I have 7 times 7, so 49. And I'm going to put like right here because I didn't, or I'll write it. So I did 7 times 7 over 20y squared. Subtract, and then 7 times 20y, because it only has one y and I need 2, is going to give us this 140y squared. So 20 times 9, so subtract 180y. Oh. Does that simplify? I'm going to double check it. And this is number 22. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So that's it. I will be checking y'all's things to see if you got like really close, and I'll change it if so. 18 divided by 3 is going to be 6. 2 subtract 1, so we're going to have that. 9 divided by 3 is 3. A divided by A is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Solve right here. These have the same common denominator. And since we're solving, I'm going to have x squared plus 6 equals 22. Since I have an x squared, I'm going to move this 22 over here. So I'd get x squared subtract 16 equals 0. And then this is the difference of 2 squares. So I have x subtract 4 times x plus 4. So then I'd have x equals -4. So my answer would be 4 and -4 because neither of them are going to make them undefined either. Simplify, so keep, change, flip. So 5 over x subtract 3 times flip x subtract 3 over x. Cancel. That's it. Ta-da!